Well, evening guys. I thought I'd do one from home today, and it's a bit of an advice one. Yes, to do with trucking. Yeah, I know. I'm not feeling too clever. I've just done all the housework. But if you're going to be agency, if you're going to get into the agency thing, and you've done your limited company or your sole trader or however you're going to get into it, whatever route you decide to go, when you have an assessment drive, now I had one yesterday, Wednesday. If it's for a medium or small company, then usually you're okay if they're going to get you in the following day. Sometimes you have an assessment in the morning when you go out with a trainer and it's actually your first day of work style thing. But the larger blue chip companies, okay, the kind of the larger retailers and things like that, never accept a shift the day after the assessment. You will pretty much never get it. There are variations, of course, at Christmas time especially. That rule goes out the window. They just need bums on seats. But like I found out today, I very rarely, if ever, accept a day after shift. I just don't. And I was there, I did the assessment, did all the questions, you know. The booklet was about that thick, it just went slonk. You went, right, you got 55 minutes. I was like, huh? Nobody told me this was a GCSE. I was just looking at it, it was every conceivable question you could think of. I better move that phone, because it's going to go bing in a minute, I just know it is. It was every conceivable question you could be. I did surprise him though. Although I did get it wrong. I'll hold my hand up here and now. I looked at the wrong thing and my brain went a bit funny. But because I surprised him about how quickly I got on it, he let it go. He just said, look, yeah, I can understand how you made that mistake, but whatever. They got this faked printout of a tacker printout. It's on an A4 piece of paper, all blown up and all that kind of stuff. And it was, this guy's shift had started then and it had finished at 16, whatever it was. And at 8:58 he went on break, or it showed break, until obviously 9:48. And then nothing, you know, it was work and driving and all that kind of stuff, all the way down until 1600 and whatever. And as he was talking through the question, I've done assessments many times, as he was talking through what I was expected to do, and this was a trial question and all that kind of stuff, I was looking at it, figuring out what was wrong, you know, where was the infringement? Well, obviously if the break ended at 9:48 and there was no other break or POA or anything else shown like that again until I think it was 16:30 or something like that, well, that's over your 6 hours, isn't it? And I worked it out, but I got it wrong. I did it from when the break started, the 8:58, not the 9:48. That was just me being a dumb idiot. Okay, I'm human, we all make mistakes. I dropped a bollock. And just after he finished the question, I went, well, it's working time directive. Look, there was no other rest all this time. He went well over his 6 hours. He just kind of looked at me and went, nobody works it out that quickly. Although, like I said, I did get it wrong. I went for the wrong point. But because I was on it so quickly, I noticed it. He let it pass. But it was, again, the trial question, so as you understand what you're going to face and all that kind of bollocks, as they always do, just to make sure that you're not a complete Theresa May, or, sorry, Winderlicker. There you go. Well, people always have a go at me for saying something about Jeremy Corbyn, so I thought, I'll get one in for the other side. But anyway, did all the questions, everything like that, got all of them right, except the first one. The one that I actually get talked through. And then it was go out, see how the yard's set up, get in, do the assessment drive, all that. I went round, did it, came back, it was all lovely jubbly. And we're finishing off doing a bit of signing, and sign this, sign this, sign this, sign this. If you have an assessment with a big blue chip company, you're going to do more signatures on one piece of A4 paper than on an entire rental agreement, on an entire mortgage agreement, on a marriage thing. More signatures than you're ever going to do in your life on this one piece of paper. Because each little one, you know, fire safety training, how safe procedures for hooking up, you know, this, that, and all the other stuff, and oh god, you just sign this, date it, sign this, date it, sign this, date it. Can't I just turn it that way? Sign across them and date across? No, got to sign each one. So you sit there. I think it was something like 32 signatures and dates on one piece of A4 paper. It was like, oh god. I felt like detention halfway through. I will not say that to the teacher again. I will not say that to the teacher again. All the way down. But we were having a chat and he said, right, the company wants a policy of getting the new drivers in the day after so that all the training is fresh in your head and so on. So I'll have a word with the planners and we'll get you in tomorrow. And I went, no you won't. He went, no, that's the new company's policy, that's what they want to do. I'll have a chat, job's a good one. Fair enough, but if you can't, don't worry, it's fine from Friday. I'm okay with an extra day off, you know, I can go down to the pub. And he's like, no, I'll get you in. And anyway, I got a text message a few hours later when I got home. And it was from my agency. And they were just confirming, you know, the shifts I had. Today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 1400 start times. Fine, I'm between 12 and 1500 is my preferred start window. So 1400 is fine for me. And I went, yeah, okay, no worries. And I even said in the message to my agency, I even said it. I doubt I will get the Thursday shift, today's shift. But yeah, okay, whatever. Chances are I won't get it anyway. Oh, fine. Anyway, I woke up, did all the morning ablutions, you know, all that kind of stuff. And sure enough, I get a text message. Right, there's been a few cancellations. Probably going to try and shift you around a little bit with your start time. They'll get back to me. An hour goes past. Text back. What's going on? Oh yeah, just trying to confirm it through the planners and all that kind of stuff. And I even said in that text message, I'm not going to be on the system. They're not going to know who I am, where I'm from, or anything. I'm not even going to have one of those kind of... It's your PIN, basically, depending on what site you work on. So you can access the secured areas to walk into the transport office, you know, through the warehouse, do the old diesel fuel stuff, all that. I'm not even going to have that. Yeah, it's not been long enough. I won't get it. Oh, no, we'll figure it all out. Anyway, about, 15 minutes ago, something like that, I got the text message. Now, it was 1:30, and I was supposed to be starting at 1400, and I'm about an hour away, 50 minutes to an hour away from the site. Oh yeah, they haven't got back to me. Don't look like you're going to be working today. I'll just reconfirm tomorrow's shift. It's like I know. I've been agency for 9 years. I should know by now. But if ever you're in that situation with a large, be nice. Okay, yeah. Okay, if it's there, I'll take it. You know, show will and all that, because you don't want to look like you don't care. But just know that there is a very strong possibility, unless it's at Christmas, you're not going to get the day after. You'll get the second day, third day, whatever, but you won't get the day after, because they've got to put you on the system. They've got to create a file for you. They've got to link you to this, that, and all the other, and okay, he's going to be starting then, and these are the runs we covered, and all that kind of stuff. There's so much stuff going on. And of course it's big blue chip, so it's got to go through head office, HR, all that kind of stuff. You know, the agency side of the human resources and all that kind of stuff. So just try to bear that in mind. But just a bit of advice for you. The other thing is, when you're on an assessment, okay, don't try and drive like Jensen Button. Alright? Get it done. I was driving, the place I'm rolling out of is around the Harlow area. That doesn't really narrow it down because there's loads of places around there. But it's around the Harlow area. And anybody who knows Harlow, anybody who is aware of Harlow, it is... If Birmingham is the centre of junctions, major road junctions because of Spaghetti Junction, Harlow is the capital of roundabouts. Mini ones, big ones, oblong ones, square ones, odd ones, just everyone. Okay, everything. Other than a roundabout with roundabouts on it, like the old Sadler's Farm before they put in all the roadworks and bypassing and all that kind of crap. It's just roundabout central. And it's 40 mile an hour, 50 mile an hour, and okay, up to 50 there's a roundabout. Next section's 40, then it's national speed limit on a dual carriageway 414 towards the A10. Then there's a 50 mile an hour section with 2 speed cameras either side. And then it's national speed limit again, then it's back on yourself, just all over the place. Yes, if he puts you on a national speed limit road, show that you know how to use the cruise control. That's why he's done it. That's why they've done it, sorry. Show that you're okay driving the truck out, whatever. Now, I've been driving these 9 years. The vehicles were limited to 53. I'm never going to be able to handle it. I usually sit there at 48. But, but no, I just flew around it. But when you're going around towns and stuff like that, take your time. Now, I had a dinky rear steer trailer on it. It was a 33 footer twin axle rear steer. And I kept taking turns like I had a full-size trailer on. Even though it was rear steer and it will go as tight as you want it to be fair. I just kept doing it, and I kept, whenever I was doing it, I was like, I'll just command the road here because I don't want to be dealing with idiots. And he's like, yeah, no, that's good, that's beautiful. Commanding the road, taking up 2 lanes for a left-hand turn on a roundabout, or if I'm turning right, if there's 3 lanes going into the roundabout and you're going all the way around it, more often than not, if I'm full size, I will take up the 3rd and the 2nd. Because it just makes it easier. You're turning right, so you're supposed to be in the 3rd lane, more often than not. Unless, of course, it's following the road ahead. But more often than not, you're supposed to be in the 3rd. Okay? The cars will go down the near side of you. And as you're going around, you're going to have to go wide so you don't hit the roundabout. You start going wide, there's a car sitting right there. What's going to happen? Yeah? So I always take them up and I say, I'll just command it here because I can't be asked to deal on my blind spot. And go round and everyone's good. Take your time. Now, I haven't reversed a small, or a short I should say, rear steer trailer for 5 years until yesterday. And he asked us to put it on one of the bays to see whether I could, get it onto a bay. I went probably slower than I've ever gone reversing in my life. Did it in 1 hit. And I got in and I watched the rear steers. Watch the rear tyre as it's steering. Yeah, as you're going around, obviously check around you so as you know what's around you, but if people in the area have brain cell, they understand the vehicle reversing, let it reverse. But watch the rear steer, okay? Watch it turn and follow it. Yeah, follow it. As it's turning, allow it to turn. Don't just keep chasing after it. Allow it to turn and then straighten up and it comes back in line. And you can line that wheel up perfectly. It's like looking at your steering wheel, basically. It's like looking at your steering wheels, yeah? You can line it perfectly with the line straight back. But do it slowly. It's not a race. He doesn't want to see you go slamming onto the dock and bouncing 2 foot forward. You're not the world's best driver. Just go onto the dock, take your time, be safe, follow the rules, and you'll pass. And when I was going round, there was 40 mile an hour sections and 50 mile an hour sections, and I wasn't getting all the way up to the speed because I knew there'd be a roundabout, or there was a roundabout coming up. And I haven't driven a Volvo for a long time, and they've got Volvos. And I had to get back into the habit because the Scanias I have been driving don't have the continuous brake option other than the button on the floor. And I had to get back into the kind of Mercedes style driving because you've got a 4 stage on a, technically it's a 5 stage I suppose because you've got the automatic continuous brake, then you've got 1, 2, 3 and then if you hold it back it's heavy brake. Exhaust brake, continuous brake, whatever. And I had to get back into the habit of doing that. And it's been a while, like I said, since I've driven a Volvo, so I wasn't too familiar with how long it takes it to react. and you've got a mini roundabout there, and you drive a few hundred yards, a mini roundabout there, and you drive a few hundred yards, and the mini roundabout. But I wanted to show that I could use them. I thought it's a good idea. And so I was getting up to speed gradually. I wasn't flooring it. I wasn't giving it the old arm out and centre because I didn't want to end up the same way. And backing off, using... And I was coming up to one roundabout and I had to give way lines. And if you're coming up to a mini roundabout and you've got to give way lines, you heed. Okay, you give way. That's why you've got them. Just so as you're aware. I'm coming up to this one and I can see a car coming and I'm sure it's turning right. You can't really see the indicator because it's right angle at you, but I'm sure it's going to be turning right. So I flipped down to number 2, to setting number 2 on the continuous. And nothing happens for a moment. And so I think, well, I'll go to 3 because by now I've rolled to the point where I really need something to start and I don't just want to hit the brake, you know. And nothing happened for a moment then. So I knocked it back to 2. And now I was going fast enough for it to actually work. I'm like, what? And so then I've taken over with a brake. I've just knocked it to auto and taken over with a foot brake. And just as I'm going through that, and my mind's going, why is this not reacting, sort of thing? Just as I've done that, he says, right, what can you see? Well, I know there's a car coming from the right. I'm trying to make the bastard slow down. It's just not reacted. I'm like, so now I'm braking. Yeah, there's a car. There's a mini roundabout. And he's like, and what else do you see? He had to pick that time to do it to me, didn't he? I was completely confused as to why the continuous brake wasn't working. What else do you see? Mini roundabout, car coming from the right, no pedestrians. What else do you see? He was doing it just to kind of get to me because he saw I got a little bit flustered. So always watch out for that one. But just take your time. It's not a driving test. It's just to see whether you're competent enough, to be safe with their vehicle. That's all it is. And it turned out he was a rather big fan of the film Snatch. Amazon delivery for Bert. Oh, our arts and crafts are getting right on my tits. Ding dong. But anyway, like I said, turned out he was a big fan of Snatch. And I always like to try and find common ground with the assessor, have a chat, have a chinwag. And I just had this conversation, and Snatch is great, Bricktop's a brilliant character and all this kind of stuff. I'm driving along, and this car, at the last minute, did something really dumb. That, even if I'd have anchored up, if they'd have kept going, there's traffic island, there's other vehicles, all this kind of stuff, there's going to be a massive accident. So I've been, and they've stopped, they've realised what they're doing, thank God. So I've gone to, stop style thing, or at least try. They've stopped and I've managed to go past them with inches to spare. And they literally, if you can imagine you're driving along the road, coming up the roundabout, I'm slowing down. Okay? It's clear, it's fine, it's lovely. They've come out of, what was it? Was it an entrance to a fuel station? I'm trying to think now, what was it? It was an entrance to some forecourt of some description. They come out of that and they're just powered to get in front of the truck off the roundabout. So come out right round and woo, and it was, and they realised they got it wrong. They managed to stop and I went past. And because we just had this conversation, I couldn't resist. I just went, hope this isn't a bad moment. Do you know who I am? Just kind of, instead of swearing at the car driver. And he answered, he responded. He went, I do. Clicked it instantly. I could wax lyrical about this film all day long. And he just went, I do. Good, it'll save me some time. Well, I don't. You're always going to have trouble trying to lift a body in one piece. Apparently, the best thing to do is cut a corpse up into 6 pieces and then pile it all together. Would someone mind telling me? Who are you? And when you've got your 6 pieces, you're going to need to get rid of them. Because it's no good leaving them in the deep freeze for your mum to find, now is it? I hear the best method is with pigs. You want to starve the pigs for a couple of days first, so the sight of a chopped up body looks like curry to a pisshead. You want to shave the hairier victims and remove the teeth for the sake of the piggy's digestion. You could do this afterwards, of course, but you don't want to go sieving through pig shit, now do you? They will go through bone like butter. You need about 16 pigs to finish a job in one sitting, so be wary any man that keeps a pig farm. They will go through a body that weighs 200 pounds in about 8 minutes. That means that a single pig can consume 2 pounds of uncooked flesh every minute. Hence the expression, as greedy as a pig. Well, thanks for that. It's a great weight off my mind. Now, if you wouldn't mind telling me just who the fuck you are, other than someone who feeds people to pigs, of course. Do you know what nemesis means? A righteous infliction of retribution, manifested by an appropriate agent. Personified in this case by a horrible cunt. Me. Gentlemen? And we literally, just down the road, we literally just did that scene. It was funny as hell. It was just funny as hell. And I am so sad that I know Bricktop's lines. It's probably one of the reasons why I usually say things like goody gumdrops all the time. It's so sad. But there we go. But just try and find common ground is what I'm trying to get across to you. Just try and find common ground with your assessment. You're going to have to sign off to have a drug and alcohol test. You're going to have to do some theory. You're going to have a conversation. They're going to show you around the yard. They're going to show you, they want to see you hook up and all that. So get to know them then. Chat to them, find out, so on and so forth. And you generally end up having a laugh with them. But there you go. That's just a bit of advice. I know I've dragged this on. Many apologies. Now, if anyone's curious about this, because I'm leaning on this piece of wood. In here, and a puss has arrived now, the white bastard one. In here is, ta-da, some cigars. Yeah. Love it when a plan comes together. I didn't know you smoked, Bill. I used to smoke 60 a day, not cigars, cigarettes. But I allow myself to have cigars every so often. Well, I say I allow myself. Bert allows me to have the odd cigar. Now these are only cheap ones. They're nice enough. They do the job. A bit of celebration here and there. New Year, stuff like that. But yeah, just in case you're curious, because there has been photos of me with cigars in my mouth doing the rounds, and I have been asked, I didn't realise you smoked. Well, I used to. And I gave up on the cigarettes because it was just stupid. It was just getting too expensive. And I just have cigars every so often. Now, before this bastard decides to interrupt me, another interruption, I shall thank you kindly for watching. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do. I'll see you in the next one, whenever that's going to be. And if you've got assessments coming up, or if you've got tests coming up, or anything like that, I wish you the best of luck. Okay? And if you're on an assessment drive, like I said, take your time. Command roads if you think it's going to be a bit tight. Even if it's not. It shows that you're planning ahead. You're unfamiliar with the area. Just show them that you're competent. Okay? Just don't try and be a racing driver. Don't try and, be a government official. Show them that you're competent. Anyway, take care guys, like, subscribe, share about, all that kind of gubbins. See you next time.